All right, well, welcome everybody. This is Calvenn Starre. It is Tuesday, October 16th at 9 p.m. You're joining us for the Zoom training call, Tuesday night training call. And tonight's subject is the opportunity and opportunity. And we're going to have a few people speak tonight and just kind of talk about this. But for me, I kind of wanted to bring this back into the space of what we're doing here, because obviously we've got some amazing products. We've got the skincare line that's launched. We've got the Inspired and Unleashed, and we have some really amazing products. But, for me, there's so many different products out there. There's a lot of different places that you can go. Obviously people are inundated with everything that's out there in products, and there's always something brand new. And so, the purpose and the idea when you talk about living to be, it's all about the opportunity, because the opportunity is really what sets it apart. This is one of the reasons why so many people really focus on the idea of creating that, experience of going, you know what, I want to do something different. I want to create something in my life. I want to make more money, all of these different things. And so, when we talk about living to be, we're talking about the opportunity, because that's really where the rubber meets the road for me. So when we talk about the opportunity in the opportunity, when we're talking about living to be in our products, those are wonderful. And the idea here is that the opportunity exists. And obviously it's all about what you're going to do with the opportunity and how you're going to share the opportunity. We talked a little bit on Monday, the inspiration call with Danny and myself, about how to radiate. And really, this is really about radiating the opportunity, because, if you want to set a tone, change your life, you've got to do something differently. And so what you have to be able to do is take the opportunity and actually make it into something, because it already exists. Okay, the opportunity is there. The compensation plan is there. The programming is there. The back office is there. Everything is there already. Now, what has to happen is that you actually have to get into the opportunity and apply it, create the activity in your life, create the activity with the people that you know, sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, and letting people know that there's something more here than just great products. Okay. Because that's one of the keys. We talk about, having the right company, the right people, the right timing, and the right products. So we've got the right products. We've got the right company. We've got amazing compensation plan that a lot of people are just floored at seeing, because so many companies out there, they hold on to the money that they pay out for extended periods of time, especially bonuses. And it's one of the things that we did. We said we want to set ourselves apart as an opportunity that really does lend itself to supporting and helping other people. And in order to do that, you know what? I believe that when you go out and you do the work, you should get paid for it. It's not like you go to your job and you do great work for your boss or your employer, and then they say, well, we're going to pay you over the next year for that. And no, you're going to get paid for what you do. And so that's why Danny and I created the compensation plan the way that we did. And so when we're talking about tonight's training, we're talking about really focusing on the opportunity. Okay. And so it's really about how to break down that opportunity, which is why we've done some of the training calls on the road to diamond. We've done training calls on different ways to approach people. We've covered the 7 steps with the Grow Pro to be able to help you create something, to be able to go out there and have an opportunity. Because when you can get that in alignment with who and what you are and what you're representing in your life, and what you're representing to the people that you're sharing this amazing opportunity with, that's when everything begins to come together. As more and more people come into our business every single day, they're excited because they're starting to see that there's this opportunity to be able to really share with other people. When you look at the results that people are getting with the Timeless products already, just with some of the products being out there, that's a tremendous opportunity because of what it lends people to. It's this idea that for once people are going to be able to get something, it's going to change their lives, it's going to make them feel better about themselves, and attached with that is this opportunity to make money. Okay. And that's a big one, because if you look out there, a lot of things are happening. A lot of jobs are being misplaced. A lot of jobs are being sent off to other places. There's a lot of people that are looking for something more. And when you can get people to understand that the power of what we have here with Living to Be is the opportunity, that's when your business is really going to start to take off. That's when your business is going to start to gain that traction that you're looking for to be able to help you grow. And, Danny and I have built successful businesses before. And, for us, it's never been about the products, never. It's always been opportunity, 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 because that's what's going to give people a feeling, an emotional attachment because of what the opportunity represents for them. It's the representation of freedom. It's the representation of being able to take your families on vacation. It's the representation of being able to, take time off and spend it with the people that you want to spend it with, to travel where you want to travel. When you go out to dinner, it's about ordering what you want, not what you can afford. All of these little different things. And that's where the emotional attachment comes into building the opportunity. And I'll tell you this from my own personal experience. I love product users. I think they're wonderful. They're a key component to the business. They're a foundation of a lot of businesses. The reason I got into network marketing was not for the products, okay? And I don't know a lot of people that get into network marketing just for the products. What they get into it for is for the opportunity. And so that's what we've really got to focus on. If you want to create something really tremendous in your life and you want to create change in your life, you're going to need some energy behind that. And the only way that you're going to be able to create and bring that energy to the table is by creating the opportunity for yourself first. Because I think a lot of us get lost. We think, you know what, I've got to go out there and build this opportunity for other people and share it with them. No, what you need to do first is you've got to share that opportunity with yourself. You've got to really dig in deep and figure out, okay, what is it that I need to do? Which is one of the reasons why we put the Gold Rush training and the mini Gold Rush training together, is it's to allow you to engage your mind into the idea of what the foundation of the experience is, which is all about the opportunity. It's about helping you create that connection between the opportunity and where you are right now in your life, whether you need to make, a few $100s a month, or whether you need to make a few $1,000s a month, or if you're one of those people that's, wants to get back up to where they're making $30, $40, $50,000 a month. Whatever that is for you, you've got to connect the dots. You've got to make sure that the opportunity exists within yourself, and then it will naturally start to come from within, and you'll start to be able to attract the people into the business that are looking for opportunity as well. And then the product users and the product people, they'll all come naturally, because that's just, coming from a great product in itself. So when we're talking about this, and then I know we've got some things that Denny wants to share tonight, and I believe Lindsay's got some things that she wants to share. This is why we put a lot of our materials out there. This is why we put a lot of the content out there, because we come from a background of understanding that the real business here is understanding that there's an opportunity, there's a compensation plan, and yes, there's products, and there's great products with us, and we've got some really great people behind us. But what I want you to really do is just to figure out what it's going to take for you to become engaged in the business. And really start to, if you haven't filled out your affiliate kit, then you're cutting yourself short, because that affiliate kit is like the first step on the ladder to getting yourself ingrained and engaged into the business opportunity, so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing. Dr. Bruce said it years ago, and I still remember it. It's like, when you can connect the dots and get emotionally attached to something, that's going to be your why. That's going to be your mental 4x4 to get you out of the muck, because we're all going to go through things in life. I mean, I've gone through struggles. Danny's gone through struggles. Bruce has gone through struggles. We've all gone through struggles. And in order to get yourself through those struggles, you've got to have a big enough why. And I promise you this, you're not going to do it for a product. You're going to do it for an opportunity. You're going to do it for yourself. When you start to see the big picture here, with what we have and what we have in our compensation and everything that we put together for you, when you start to see that big picture, that's when things are really going to start to happen for you, because you're going to be willing to take the time away from maybe some of the things that you do to kind of tune out in life, like watching TV or going out and stuff like that. And you'll start putting that energy into your business and learning what you need to learn and writing down the things that you need to write down, so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing. So that's the power of really finding this idea of the opportunity in the opportunity. A lot of people think, I've joined an opportunity. I've joined Living to Be. And so now what? And they think that people are just going to come knocking and go, hey, Calvin, I heard you joined an opportunity and I'm looking for one. No, this is the time to really take this opportunity and create one for yourself. And then that will give you the reason to go out there and take the actions that you need to take, to do the things that you need to do, and really start to build this. And I will tell you this, okay? I've been talking to a couple of leaders over the last few days. You know, if you're brand new to this business, there's no reason you shouldn't be calling myself or Danny or Renee or somebody to help you build your business. Even if you are a veteran of this industry. I've been in this industry for 20 years. I've been a full-time networker for 15, okay? There is no reason. I still reach out to people. I still reach out to top leaders because I'm always curious about what's working or what I could be doing differently. I love talking to top leaders in other companies and letting them pitch me on their product and their company, because I'm listening for something that if it grabs my attention and it makes me interested and I go, oh, wow, that's a really great idea, then I'm going to start to incorporate that into my own business. You know, so don't be afraid to talk to other people, even if they're in another opportunity, because you never know. One of the first people that I brought into one of my really successful businesses was a guy, his name was Russell. And I was brand new to network marketing. He was a veteran of network marketing, had made millions of dollars. He was like a triple black diamond in noni juice, which is like crazy, crazy volume. And I got on the phone with him, and I was so excited and passionate about my opportunity that he ended up joining me and my team. And I was brand new. And that's literally almost unheard of in this industry, but it was because of my passion about my opportunity that got him to get excited about it too, because he felt like there was something missing for him. And a lot of times you think people are settled into their companies or their opportunities, but there's always an opportunity for you to be able to connect with somebody on a deep level or just in a great relationship and have them want to come on board. And so, you know, be talking to us, you know, reach out. My phone number is all over the internet. It's anywhere that you can find it. I'll give it here. It's 801-278-8017. Like, call me, text me, like figure things out so that you start to really understand what it means to be a part of an opportunity and really start to create that opportunity for yourself. So that's my invitation to you for tonight. I'm going to kind of be short a little bit tonight because I know we've got a couple more things that we want to share and I don't want it to go too long. So first off, I'm going to reach out to Lindsay and ask her if she's got anything that she wants to share real quick. And then I'm going to turn this over to Danny. Lindsay?
Hi. Well, I love your message. And, you know, I've got my mom hat on right now. I have a child not feeling well, but I always have my business hat on because I have just such immense passion with what we're doing here with Living to Be. And I always just want to show up and support you guys 110% because I believe in what we have here with my whole heart and soul. And I've just had so many amazing conversations lately with our mission alone. People are just blown away by our mission here. And really, you know, if you aren't at a point where you can talk to people about being successful, I mean, look at the mission statement alone. That's your invitation. That's your invitation right there to get people involved because everybody is looking to prosper in some way, shape, or form. And that's what we're able to do here with Living to Be. And you just have to be committed to the mission and show up every single day and have that plan of action. Calvinn's given you such incredible information tonight. And I hope that you're taking notes, or as you're listening to this recording, you're jotting stuff down, because this is all going to be so beneficial as you go out there and you start talking with people. So just be committed. Be committed to your mission, have that plan of action, and see the treasure here. Understand that what you have here is this, and there's so many people that this could change everything for them. It's going to change everything for you, and it could change everything for so many others. So just keep that in mind.
All right. Thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate that. And hope your little ones feel better. Danny, you want to unmute yourself and share what you have to share tonight? I'm excited to hear it. I know you're excited about it, and really appreciate you and everything that you do with Living to Be and your gifts that you're going to be able to share and that you've already shared. So thank you. And this is our CEO, Dan Ribley.
Awesome. Thanks, Calvin. Well, I want to put this ability, because we've been throwing some tasks out there. So anybody that's on right now, if you want to kind of stop what you're doing so you can focus, this is going to actually be really important so you can understand the roadmap to get to where you want to go. So if you've got some pen and paper, it'll be great. If you've got the ability to watch this recording later, that would be fine as well. But I want to go over the ranking system. I mean, this right here is your best friend if you want to know how to get to where you want to go. So we've been throwing some awesome things out. And the thing is that in the opportunity that Calvinn's talking about, it really gets exciting when you start getting into the rubies and the emeralds and the sapphires and the diamonds part of the industry. But you got to understand this. It's a volume-based industry. So how do you get to this, to this, to this, to this? Paint by numbers. I'm going to show you right now. So this is something that I feel like you can relate to. If you are planning a trip, now this is what I want you to understand, and reverse it if you live out in California. If you're, I'm in Atlanta. If I want to plan a trip and I want to go to California, I don't just randomly get in my car and go, I want to go to California. I'm going to start driving and I'm going to hope I get there. So what you want to know is that if I want to go to Diamond, like say for instance, I'm a VIP and I want to go to Diamond, it's the same thing as getting in your car and getting to your destination. California, I want to go to Diamond. Give you an example here that you've got Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, all on your way to get to California. You may want to know what state you're in when you're there and how that you've actually got there and what state you're going to next. My point to that is that when you're looking at this bonus, the ranking system, know how you get from VIP to Grand VIP, from Grand VIP to Platinum VIP, from Platinum VIP to Silver. This is done on a weekly basis. So what we do is we accumulate volume throughout the week that gives us the ability to rank out. So when I get in my car and I go, I'm going to at least get to Alabama. I'm on my way to California. I want to get to Alabama. I'm a VIP. How do I want to get to Grand VIP? Well, I've got to have at least 1,000 points and 2 people I sponsored in at least a minimum of 100 points this week. Now I know I'm on my way. I know how to get there. So I get to Alabama and now I want to go to the next state. How do I get to Mississippi? Well, I want to go to Grand VIP. I went to Grand VIP. Now I want to get to Platinum. I need to know what my volume is. I need to get 2,000 points for that week. Now, I'm going to get to the how in just a second, but what I want you to understand is that when you understand how to get to that rank, Silver, it's 3,000 points in 1 week. This isn't what you do by yourself. This is what your team does. So when it starts on Saturday, your whole team that you're getting going is accumulating the volume for that week. That's the momentum. So there's 2 ways of how we're going to do this. And I used to get confronted with this all the time, and I used to battle with it. I have this product that I carry around. We actually carried around bottles of juice. Bruce, I know that you find that you can smile because we literally carried around bottles of juice and people thought it was wine, but that was our sharing mechanism. I had to keep a cooler in my car, bottle of juice, and I would go out there and do tastings. But I was doing the business part of it. I wasn't sharing. I wasn't selling them on the product. I was selling, the opportunity was always there first. So we've got this, write this down, how we are going to get there from VIP to Diamond. When we go VIP, Grand VIP, Platinum VIP, Silver, Gold, how are we going to get there? Just remember, this is paint by numbers. We got to know how to get to one to get to the other. We're going to have a business versus product. We're either doing the business part of it, like Calvin was talking about, and business means that we're setting up meetings, 3-way phone calls. We're doing belly to belly. We are telling them about the opportunity that exists here through the business, the ability to win trips and provide hope and to do all of these different things. And with that, meetings go after meetings, go after meetings, duplication go after duplication after duplication, and we're leveraging ourselves out. So if we come in on a certain order, we encourage the other 2 people to come in on an order. And Bruce is going to go over some numbers for us to see how this volume starts to accumulate week after week after week if we're working on the gold rush. So if we're doing the business part of it, we're leveraging ourselves out, right? We're doing meetings to find what are we doing meetings for? So we can get other people doing meetings. We're doing our 3-way phone calls and giving the opportunity plan to people. Why? Because we want them to do the same thing. We're doing that so we can find runners. We will find people who want to do the opportunity with us when we do that. Now, if all we're doing is talking about the product, we got to do sales. We're not necessarily going to leverage ourselves out. So how do I get from Mississippi to Oklahoma or Oklahoma to Texas? How do I get from silver to gold or gold to ruby? I got to find ways to accumulate volume in my business. It's really as simple as that. So we're either approaching people with the business or the product. Right now, I've heard a little bit about, well, we haven't had any products, so we haven't had any meetings. Meetings are always happening because we have opportunity meetings no matter what, because the opportunity meetings, we have Unleashed and Inspired, and we have an amazing skincare line. The opportunity meetings can always happen, whether it's online, whether it's sharing the opportunity with people. And it's this idea that if you're working part-time, put in part-time hours and make these things happen. But you got to duplicate that, and you'll find people who come in, and you will get, that when you're doing the right thing is when you get people who want it more than you do. I knew when I had Bruce and Renee in my business, and they woke up in the morning and they ran their business with or without me. As a matter of fact, I even left the business before they did, through a couple of years of controversy and things that went on. They stayed. They didn't do the business for me. They did it for them. You'll find people when you're doing it that way. We want product users, but product users may not get us all the way as duplication to get us to go from Alabama all the way to California in the time that we want to. It could take 2 years for us to get to Atlanta to California if we're doing it this route versus this route. Because when we're doing product, we're doing sales, sales, sales. And you're going to run into people who go, I just don't know how to sell. I don't know how to sell. And in opportunity, we're sharing. We're not selling. We do want our product users. We want a boatload of product users. Why? Because these are phenomenal products. But it's knowing the difference about how to get from VIP to diamond and how you're working your opportunity versus how you're doing it just working your products. So Bruce is going to go over some numbers to show this, but it really is that simple, that when Saturday starts, we're starting the clock on accumulating our volume. So if we know we're at silver, let's say we're at platinum VIP, we've got 2,000 points we've got to get this week. How do we get that? Well, we're having a meeting. Parts of our team are having a meeting. Other people that they're bringing in are having a meeting. And this is why we have our list that I left over there. It's our 10 things you got to do to get started. And that 10 things you got to do to get started is in our back office. We just came out with this. And with that, shows us these are the immediate things we want to do. If Saturday rolls around and we've gotten some people in, we go, okay, listen, our new affiliates got to get 2 people in the next 48 hours. They got to then turn around and get their next people in into 48 hours. I mean, you could start out by yourself if you just came in on Friday or Thursday of next week, and you could have 10 people on your team by the end of the week accumulating your 2,000 points because people are ordering the product. The product's always going to come. There's always going to be manufacturing where they send it, they don't send it, mail sends it, they don't send it. Product's always going to come. But the opportunity meetings always have to exist. So how are we going to get from Atlanta to California? How are we going to get from VIP to diamond? We're going to know how to get to the next step, the next state, every time we accomplish that. If it's 1,000 points, we're not doing this by ourselves. If I looked at Ruby and I said, I got to get 10,000 points myself, I'd never do it. I couldn't do it. This is not an alone game. Getting from silver at 3,000 points. Now, if we're all working the gold rush because we're working the opportunity, our chances of getting there by teaching and training, right? Teaching and training other people how to get from Atlanta to California, to know how to get to Alabama to Mississippi, to know how to get from Grand VIP to Platinum to Silver. We do this on a weekly basis. So when we're done with this week, how many points did we accumulate? How much volume did we create? How good were we on teaching and training our people? That will reflect in our volume. If we're not doing any meetings, if we're not doing any phone calls, if we're not getting the rituals or activity done, chances are we're not going to get very far in our car. We may not even get to Alabama if we're not driving. So we got to get up and drive. So this is actually a really great qualifying system, because from Saturday to Friday, we got to get up and work. We got to drive our car through the states. We got to get up and go. And when you start getting people who want it the same way that you want it, and then they get people in that want it, we're looking for runners. That's why we have our meetings, to share the product, to share the hope, and looking for people who want what you have. If we're not having meetings, we're not out sharing it. We are just talking about going from Atlanta to California. Hey, when are you going to go to California? I don't know. I got to get my car first, I guess. Well, when are you going to get in your car? Well, maybe when the product comes next week, I'll get in my car. No, you get in your car now. Everything starts now. We've got this down. We've probably got more material than you know what to do with, but we've got it broken down. You got your 10 steps. Know where you're driving. Know where you're going. You want to get from a VIP to Ruby or Emerald or Sapphire. Know the volume, know the qualifications, and know what you got to do. You got to get some meetings going online or belly to belly. You got to get phone calls going. I carried my stuff around everywhere I went. Everybody was it was a way for me to get an opportunity. I remember I was checking out at Best Buy. Hey, what does that say on your shirt? Hey, it's living to be. I got a meeting going on. Are you open to opportunity? Yeah. What do you got going on? Well, I've got a meeting coming up. Everywhere I went, was it a struggle? Was it a wrestle to get to that point? Yes, it was. But I wanted it. My why was deep enough. Why? Because I filled out an affiliate kit. I filled out something that gave me the guidance for that. This is paint by numbers. What I want to do is, so when people are interested in doing the business, we've got to show them how to get to Atlanta to California. We can't just go, well, do you want to go diamond? Well, okay, then here's some information. I hope you have a good time. I hope you make it. Because you know what we want to do a lot? We're distracted. We go squirrel. We want to get off at that exit and check out what's going on over there or over there. What this affiliate kit does is it keeps us on target to know what we need to do and how we need to do it. What this ranking system does is it shows us how much volume do I need for the week. For the week. Not just from me, not from my order, but from what my team is doing. And, you know, Aaron and Lindsay, veterans in this industry, they know what it means to put 100,000 points in a month. I mean, Aaron was maxing out in another company at 400,000 points qualified out of eight levels. We go all the levels. Could have been easily 600,000 points in her group. Was she accumulating 25,000 points a week? You better believe she was. That's all we're doing. Going diamond in all these other groups or other companies, you have to get 100,000 points in a month, typically, is what it is. These are all basically the same requirements. What we did is said, if you do it in $25,000 or 25,000 point increments, it's going to be solid. You're not going to have 1 week where it's 20, because we had a lot of people getting diamond and they fall underneath and they never get it again. Why? Because it was a lot of, running for 1 month and that was it. Or 2 months or 3 months, and that was it. And then it went down because they weren't teaching and training properly. Every single Friday, we were hustling. Saturday rolled back around again. We kept the momentum going from Friday to the next. Why? Because I wanted. And you know what I did? This is pretty much the exact same scale that we had. I went to Blue Diamond, which would be 2,500. I went to Blue Diamond, which is probably about 25. It was in between what we have here is Triple Diamond and Blue Diamond. I had to know how to get from VIP all the way up to Triple Diamond in my other company. So I had to know, and I got rewarded at Ruby. I got rewarded at Emerald. I got rewarded and once I got the Diamond, and then I got the Blue Diamond. And what I had to do is I had to commit myself to meetings. I had to commit myself to duplicating this process with people. I had to keep doing the steps over and over again. So when I got to Alabama, I knew how to get to Mississippi. When I got to Mississippi, I knew how to get to the next state. When I went to the next state, I knew how to get to the next state. I didn't just say I'm going to California. I had to know where I was and where I was going. This is paint by numbers. So if you go to Diamond, or you go to, even if you go to Ruby, it's 10,000 in a week. 10,000 in 2 weeks in a row, you're a Ruby. What we're doing is we're creating consistent activity. It's not for you going there, it's for your team going there with you. This is, again, I'm going to repeat myself, and I'm going to keep repeating myself. It's paint by numbers. It's really simple when you understand that when Saturday morning rolls around, I better be just like that lion and that gazelle. I better be up running because someone's getting caught. but I better be running faster. And all I got to do is I got to run faster than the slowest gazelle, but boy, I better be faster than the fastest lion. Bottom line is, Friday ends it out. Where am I going? I'm going to California, so I got to know what my next week looks like. This is typically a 9-month process, a 12-month process. I'm saying, hey, listen, if we want to giddy up and get things going and get meetings going, Steve and Gina Merritt, they did it in 3 months. 3 months. Why? Because they did 90 meetings in 90 days. And you know what they did? I was on the cruise with them. The same cruise that they got awarded to, I got awarded to. These people were doing meetings outside the port. I'm like, I thought the boat was going to leave them one time. They had 50 to 75 people out there. All they did was opportunity meetings. The product is extremely important. Tons of companies have amazing products. You know what? Our timeless skincare line is going to do its job. But we got to do our job and understand how we're going to get to where we want to go. And it's really simple. Know the volume, know the activity, and know when we close out on Friday where you are and where you start back out with. So when you do the gold rush and you enroll 2 people, they enroll 2 people, when you're down to your 2nd level, 3rd level, 4th level, you've got, on your 2nd month and 3rd month and 4th month, auto ships coming in and new activity coming in from people duplicating. That's when you start seeing volume come through on a weekly basis that's consistent. When you see 10,000 or 5,000 go through, you should have at least 3 or 4 coming through the other week. You should have another 3 or 4 going through the next other week. And then what you do is you work those weeks that are stronger, even to get to 10. When you got the 10, then you get to 10 again. And now that other one may be 8 or 9. You're working on that week stronger. And then all of a sudden you've got a consistent 40,000 volume going through because it's at 10,000 every single week consistently at Ruby. Now you're working on Emerald, right? Because you've accomplished that. You're not slipping back. You're not going back and going, I'm heading to California, but I guess I got on the wrong highway and I'm going the other direction again because I didn't do consistent work. You don't go back to Mississippi, back to Alabama and Atlanta and go, I'm on my way to Atlanta. And people go, where are you going? I'm on my way to Atlanta. And they're going, no, that's in that direction. You got to keep the activity going in that direction. So what I want to do is I'm going to throw it over to Bruce real quick, and then I want to open this up for questions because I want people to really truly understand this. It's so easy, but it gets complicated if we make it complicated if we don't do the activities. When we build teams, I had enrolled 120 people in my other opportunity, and I had 7 people I was working with. It was really going. I found 7 runners because of the consistent work that I did. I found 7 runners out of 120 people I enrolled. That's how this goes. It goes by the numbers. Dr. Bruce was talking about that last time we were doing the diamond run. He says, man, you're going to find 1 or 2 people out of every 40 people you put in. It's by the numbers. Now, we do want our customers. Our skincare is going to do its job. People are going to want to keep reordering this product. But the opportunity, now that's something to really go, how do I get to this? Because this is where you start getting pampered. This is where you start changing your lifestyle. This is where you start getting people who want what you have and they want it more than you want it. And now you've got an amazing business. So Bruce, real quick, I'm gonna hand it over to you and then we'll open it up for some questions. I want people to understand this.
All right, cool. Hey, a couple things before I show you the numbers that came to mind when Dan was talking is, like, we have this business opportunity where we share it from person to person. Our meeting is like the Walmart TV commercial. Like, Walmart has a TV commercial and they put this on it, and this is like one of those little LED candles. And I think those are cool because they flicker and they look like fire, but they're not really fire, and they last forever. So what do? I saw it on TV, or somebody told me, hey, those things are cool. So I went out to Walmart and I bought it. Okay, so Walmart just had a meeting. We have this concept of skincare and supplements that help regulate your nervous system function and all that stuff. By us telling people about it is our commercial. So I never touched this before I went and bought it. Someone gave me this idea and I thought, oh, good, I'm going to go get one. right? So it's the same thing. We don't need product. We need to be able to articulate the opportunity. The thing about going diamond, like in nature, we think about diamonds, like diamonds take forever to form. They need to be left totally alone under intense pressure. And that's the exact opposite of diamonds in our business. Is the affiliates need lots of attention if they want to go diamond, and they need to be worked with all the time. So we don't want to leave our diamonds alone. We want to nurture them. So that being said, I've drawn a couple things here, lucky for everybody. We have our little diagrams out here. Everything is based on, here's you, here's your two people. So you're a VIP. How this whole thing works is that you teach that person to become VIP also, which makes you a VIP maker. That over and over and over again is what drives the business. That's the important thing. The cool thing about this is you don't get anything necessarily until you help people figure out their direction, right? So putting that to the test now is we have things like this, your order form, right? It has all of the things you can order. This is just the Inspired and Unleashed, but it has point values there. We get paid based on point values. So what I've done is I took two scenarios right here. We have, here's you, here's two people. Each one of them came in with their initial orders, including you. So this is you on day one, and let's assume day two you had your best friends in the world that would do anything with you, and you enrolled them. They came in the same way you came in. On your personal order was 780 points. 780 points represents is an anti-aging package and a momentum package, right? So those are middle of the road packages. You got enough to share and you got enough to use for your own experience, right? So when we break it down that way, we add up all of those and we're at 2,340 points, right? So flip over to here and we look platinum, silver, 3,000, platinum is 2,000. So we just did platinum volume, right? And you were qualified because you enrolled two people. So you are platinum, right? That was on one day, one turn of the VIP maker. Now, let's assume that you teach people how to go out and do that, and someone comes in and they're like, yeah, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to have a different order. Let's say a complete package and a game changer, which represents 1,125 points, right? That's this scenario right at the top. So here's you, here's your two people that came in the way you did. That's 3,375 points, right? So go back here. Now we're at silver, right? Provided that you have the qualifications, right? You achieve the rank of silver, you have certainly silver volume, right? And this is, we get paid on volume. Here's where it gets really good. Now I'm going through these two and I'm giving you only one segment of your business, and it's only these are not optimal. Like, they're not optimized to give you the highest point values. They're kind of mid-range, and then I threw some others in there. These, and let's say you might have some people that are consumers, which again breeds consistent volume. Super important to have that. But what we look at is, let's say we just focus on some business builders, on some people that you've talked to about the opportunity, and they're like, yes, I'm on board, let's get this thing done. So I've broken this down into 4 weeks, right? And don't worry about this stuff. I can go through this with anyone at any point in time. But we have, here's your order at 780. One person comes in 1125 with their game changer and complete pack. And then someone comes in with a basic pack of the skincare, right? That represents 2,000 points. We're still at platinum volume. That's week 1. Okay, 2,000 points. Next week, this person enrolls somebody. Remember, they were just a consumer, but they were like, hey, this stuff is cool. So they get a hold of someone, and that someone is like, oh, shoot, I see this. This is cool. So they all come in. I'm just going to go through the volumes here. So 220, so that's 260, which is the anti-aging package, and then the anti-aging and momentum package. And then that person enrolled these guys, right? So we have all this volume together. We're at 1197 grand VIP volume. So you can see it fluctuates, but we've gone 2 weeks now, qualified, earning commissions, teaching other people. Remember, this all is your volume, right? And you're qualified and you're active because you made your qualifying orders. So this volume all represents your second week. Third week, that's not taking into account if anyone orders additionally. Third week comes in, and now all of a sudden we get a lot of activity here. We have maybe a glow party and an online event, and you've shared it. Total volume, again, when you look at the orders, some larger orders, some medium range orders. They don't have to all be huge orders. In fact, I would encourage people to not push people into making huge orders all the time. If they're in it for the change in the game really quickly, go for it. Get them in, get them on some order for their product, and some for them to share and help others experience. All of a sudden, we end up in week 3 here at 5,000 points in volume, 5,010 in volume, right? So that's week 3, gold volume. You're qualified, you got your 2 people, you have all this volume running through your position, right? So here we are at gold. Next week comes by, we have some other people sharing it. We've got some people coming in on 200 plus point orders. We're back into our volume. We're still 3,000, 3,200 points. We're still at silver volume. Then guess what? Auto ship kicks in, right? That's the difference. So we have order volume, which is volatile. We have auto ship volume, which is stability, right? And as you start to go out and share these, you can do the numbers yourself, you guys. You have all of the point values and everything, and start to fill in your circles. If you're wondering, like, gosh, what does it take to go Ruby? 10,000 points. Well, I just did this and I showed you gold volume from just one enrollment leg. That's only one leg. If you go out and and again, this whole bunch of people just came from you only enrolled 2 personally sponsored people. That's optimized. That's not the way it happens all the time. So don't go out there and think, oh, I need to only get 2 people. I'm saying the possibilities are there. What I'm saying, though, is that in order for you, like Dan talked about, 120 people, 7 he worked with, that was typical in the Black Diamonds. They only had 3, 4, 5, 6 legs that were significant legs. In our business, we had, I think, 3 consistent ones that we worked with all the time. So it doesn't take an army of people that you need to enroll. It takes an army of people that we all know, right? We're all connected to somebody, but no one's connected to any of this down here unless we get these 2. And unless we're able to guide people in the right way about, look, when you're placing your order, don't go out and buy 1 tube of solar defense and think that you're in the business, because that's not a thing. Go out, buy it like you mean it. Make sure that you're comfortable buying it. I don't recommend anyone doing anything crazy, but make sure that you can have enough for people to experience, right? And in that experience comes your personal use. You know what? If I had somebody that was really wanting some of this and I had my complete package, I would give them some of the stuff to get them started. And then say, hey, when you get your order, just give me your stuff back so you can get started right away. So we want to eat up the lag time between when they order and when they get it, so they can share it too, so let's kind of think about those terms. But you can go through the numbers, you guys. You can do these little circles and fill in each one. And I would recommend fill in one that's like, maybe on the low end, and fill in one that's optimized, that if everyone ordered the most they could possibly order, let's see what that would look like. So we can dream a little bit and have a little fun and be a little ridiculous with it. But this is how it adds up. I did 4 weeks here. We saw gold volume. We saw, averaged out, we're probably in the maybe 2,500 point volume, 3,000 point volume. That's good volume and we've done this for 4 weeks. This is totally possible, for sure, right? Just getting out, especially now, because this is brand new. There's a lot of emotions and a lot of excitement and a lot of stuff happening, that anybody can do it. If we just follow those 10 steps, if we get our people to get their VIP and become VIP makers by helping their people go VIP, and repeat that whole process, it's easy. So again, paint by the numbers we've heard that a couple times tonight, but we want to just fill in those circles with your order points, and you'll see how that transpires. The cool thing is that your qualification and your volume, your orders plus everyone else's orders counts towards your volume, plus your qualification means you have to have the certain amount of volume, but that's a 30-day cycle. So you have 30 days on your own purchase to stay qualified while you get all this other stuff going on, right? So I'm here for questions if anyone has any. Dan, Calvin, it's back to you guys.
So what I want to say real quick is that we've got this in the back office, the 2020, which is the Gold Rush, which has got all the little dots and stuff that people can play with. I mean, all of this is already printed out for you, or I should say in the back office. So anything that we're talking about here, we've tried to make it as simple as possible. Now we just got to understand it in the concept. So if anyone wants to unmute and they have a question, this is the time. We really want to have people understand this, because I don't want you guys leaving money on the table. We've got a lot of good incentives out there right now. And if anyone doesn't unmute themselves, and if anyone doesn't ask the questions, I'm going to assume everybody understood this really, really great tonight.
Hello, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Steph Simich, and my question is, I have a really big vision. I love your mission. I told Lindsay tonight, I said, oh my God, I want to memorize the mission, first of all. What do you think is a good step, if anybody can answer, to attract the people that I have, the same vision, same mission that I have? And it's all about the hope.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly what I had to wrestle with and struggle with myself, is that you've got to commit yourself to doing whatever activities it requires to bring people, like we talked about, to radiate, to attract people in. I did meetings every Thursday because I was a practicing chiropractor, and Thursdays was my only day off. And so I did meetings every Thursday. You commit to activities that's going to get you into the marketplace, that's going to get you to introduce to people. People will know your vision and your excitement based upon what we're doing when you're out in the marketplace. So what does that mean? Making meetings, phone calls, finding out how to create an atmosphere where you are introducing this to lots and lots of people. Out of those lots of people, 1 or 2 or 3 are going to go, you know what? Just like you, Steph, you came up and you showed up here because we have shared this with enough people that eventually you came on the scene, and here you are.
Okay.
You've got to do the same thing. You've got to be able to commit to activities that get to people, and you've got to show them the business and the hope plan. You've got to show them the business and the hope plan. The products will speak for themselves. Unleash and Inspired are amazing products. The skincare line are amazing products. They will sell themselves.
Okay.
But we have to paint the vision just like you got from us.
Okay. Sure. Perfect. Thank you so much.
So I would add one thing to that, Steph, is I've had people in my business before, and when you lead with things like I'm passionate about fill in the blank, the words for you, I think, is show them, not tell them. So show them your passion by who you are and how you show up and do the actions, like like we've been talking about. Is that if they can see it on you instead of hearing it come out of your mouth that you're passionate about this, you don't need to do anything else. That's
Okay.
really the big thing, is showing them.
Perfect. I agree. Thank you so much.
Anyone else? I know that this is longer than normal, so we're here. We're here for you guys, and we've got an amazing system. We've got an amazing comp plan. We've got amazing leadership. The 4 things that you need to always believe in is the industry, which is amazing. It turns people into amazing people. The company, I know, will always show up the way that we always talk about showing up. The products, our products, bar none, high tier, high impactful products, and yourself, and we're going to be there for all of those things. So I encourage you to get in your car and go from Atlanta to California and stay on focus and stay on path and do it. It took me 8 months to get to Blue Diamond, which was significant. I started making more money in networking than I did my chiropractic practice, and it was life-changing. But because of the activities I did, it changed the way I did my chiropractic business. I learned about leverage. I learned about working with people differently. And now I have 8 chiropractors and 8 massage therapists. And when I started networking, I was a single doctor. It's changed everything. But I had to start doing the activities. I had to start committing to the meetings. When people didn't show up, I still had another one. Why was that important? Because I knew when Saturday rolled around, my week started over again. And if I wasn't having a meeting, I know I wasn't going up in rank. I wasn't accumulating volume. And if I wasn't having a meeting, that means other people were going to have excuses for not having meetings. Eventually, what happened was I was having meetings across the country. When I was having them in California and Florida and up in Detroit, it was exciting. But it had to start with me being committed. Get in your car, make a decision of where you're going, stay committed into it, but do the activity, do the activity, do the activity. Your volume will determine the activity you're doing. Bruce showed you, if people come in, I had people coming on business packages because I taught and trained them that way. Why? Because I wanted to higher ranks. I didn't talk about it. I actually got my car and drove there. And that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Anyone that wants it, get the skincare out to people. If this is just a hobby and this is just sharing skincare, great. I think this is great skincare products, and I think it will change people's lives. But if you want the business, we're here. We will run. We'll get you. I say right now, man, there's some money on the table. Don't leave it there. Anyone? Calvin, I'm gonna let you wrap it back up. It's been a great evening, and I hope that this is really insightful. And I feel like something's coming. Brace yourselves. Something's coming. The wave's coming. People are going to be coming into this business, and I don't want you looking over your neighbor and going, "Wait, I should have talked to them," because they will talk to someone. That I guarantee you. We sat in meetings all the time, going, "I know them." Yeah, but they're in someone else's team because we didn't say something to them. When we say you got to talk to 200 people, 300 people, that means you got to get to them before someone else does, because this is very exciting, and they will find out from someone somehow. This Timeless, Unleashed and Inspired, it's going to go viral. I'd rather them be on your team than someone else's. Calvin?
All right. Well, great information, Danny and Bruce, and thank you for sharing that. And thank you everybody for your questions. It doesn't matter. The path here is just to open up, be vulnerable, ask the questions that you need to ask to get yourself out there. And that's going to be the thing that transforms your life. So really great call, everybody. I'll be getting this posted sometime tomorrow, and I'll tag it in the group. But just really tremendous information. Look forward to seeing you all out on the road, driving from Atlanta to California, and let us know what we can do to support you. We're definitely here for you, all of us. we were committed to seeing you succeed in this business. We didn't put it together not to. So we are excited about this, and thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and take care of yourselves. Get some self-care going on, and take care of yourselves, and then get out there and share the opportunity, share the products with people, and make this dream come true. You deserve it. Thanks, everybody. Good night.